Hello everyone. Is stock market risky? For that matter, anything is risky. If you're walking on the road, somebody might come and hit you. It is also risky. But if you don't take risk at some point of time, you'll remain wherever you are. Take a calculated risk and achieve whatever you want in your life. I agree, stock market is very risky until you know how to control your emotions. You might be falling into these two type of traders or investors. Number one, you are a very new entrant into the stock market, a very newbie into the stock market, or you might have already started trading and made some losses here and there, and now you want to start from the beginning. You might have come to know about the stock market through any of your friends or a far relative who is making a lot of money in the stock market, or through any of your colleagues who are into stock market, have seen them taking the trades and keeping a track of the things happening in the stock market. Or you might have seen the earning video of the YouTubers who make a lot of money in the stock market, right? As a newbie or a beginner, we always end up searching on the YouTube about that one video which explains where to start trading, how to start the journey in the stock market, right? I'll give you a small example. If you want to learn driving, if you have a car at home, we always try our luck in the car which we have at home, or we will join any of the driving schools, right? If the driving center guy gives you two options, whether you want to learn the car which has the manual gear or you want to learn the car which has the automatic gears, which one you will choose? Definitely we will choose the manual gear one, right? In the same way, people come to the stock market thinking that we can make a lot of money, okay? Say for example, if you are in a 9 to 5 job, we don't say that we go to a 9 to 5 job to make money, right? We always say that we are in a 9 to 5 job to earn the money. Why we say that we are going to earn the money? We give our time and a lot of hard work into that 9 to 5 job, right? In the same way, we have to have that mindset of earning the money in the stock market. If you want to make money, definitely you can't make money, because this is not a get rich scheme. If you want to earn money in stock market, definitely yes. You have to give your time, discipline and your hard work. You will definitely earn money. I'm going to share you my years of experience. We'll have two parts in the video. The first part I'll be covering the things which you shouldn't be doing, and the second part covers which are the things you can do it in the stock market. The driving example which I had given you, on your very first class of the driving, your instructor will tell you certain things. First he'll tell you all the don'ts which you have to follow, right? He'll tell you not to start driving without the seat belt, not to start driving without adjusting your rear mirror, not to start driving without adjusting your side mirrors. You should not take your eyes off the road, right? In the same way, let's begin to end few of the things which a pro trader will come to know after years of experience on the stock market. I'm going to cover 5 topics. The fifth one is very important one. I'll be telling you the best analysis video to watch out for in the YouTube. The first point we are going to discuss is, should you continue studies, or if you are in a day job, should you quit your job to begin your passion in stock market? The second point is the best stock related news channel. The third point is how many indicators we have to use. Fourth point is related to the stocks, penny stocks or the stocks which are on news, or 52-week high-low stocks. And the fifth point is best analysis video. Coming to the first point, should you discontinue your studies or you have to quit your job to start your career in stock market? If you are a student, I kindly request you not to discontinue your studies. Please do complete your studies and then you can come into the stock market, because at some point of your trading journey, if you feel that stock market is not for you, then you cannot either go back and study as well. What is the second option you have? Always have that second option. If one fails, what is the next one? Therefore, kindly complete your studies and then enter into the stock market. If you are into a day job, please do not quit your job unless you root your feet in the stock market firmly. At some point of time, when you feel that you are very stable in your psychology, you are very stable in your risk reward, you are stable in your trading strategy, then you can take a call to quit your day job and then become a full-time trader. The second and the most important point is the best stock related news channel. If you ask me, during the initial stages of my stock market journey, I used to watch a lot of news channels, lots of them. It takes years of experience to understand that there is no use watching news channels. It is almost more than 5 years since I stopped watching stock related news channel. I'll give you a small example. You know, when Yes Bank tanked from 380 levels to 160 level, you know, an analyst came on the same stock related news channel, one of the news channel, and said the fundamentals are very good and you can buy this stock, it will surely hit 340 levels. I later came to know that this person is one of the leading investor in the Yes Bank. Because of that one statement, the stock prices rose up. It went to 260 level and it started falling down. Today you know it where it is. It is below 15 rupees. When that analyst gave the target about Yes Bank, it went up to 260 rupees. All these retail investors bought. This analyst might be having average at around 240 levels. All the retail investors who have bought it and is expecting it to reach to 340 levels would have never exited at 260 level. I can guarantee you that. Now you will understand who is exiting at that 260 level. Please do not watch the stock related news. It is of absolutely no use. Even when the PC Jewelers tanked, someone from the company came and gave a statement that everything is going fine in the stock. It rose up. You know where it is right now. It is below 40 rupees, right? But only thing I can tell you that if you want to keep a track of what's happening around the world, you can do so by downloading the Telegram app and subscribing it to the Money Control. You just read it, what's happening around the world. That's more than enough. The third point I would want to stress upon is how many indicators you have to use on your chart. I'll tell you about the chart in the next part of video where we are covering the second part of this. So how many indicators you have to use on the chart? If you ask me personally, I feel maximum of 3 to 5 indicators on the chart. It's your wish, you can use any number of indicators. There are a lot of indicators. It is not the indicator that make a trader or the investor successful. It is the psychology that will make the trader or the investor successful. Every indicators will give you 70 to 80% of the result. I suggest you to not to put all the indicators on the chart. If you put a lot of indicator on the chart, we ourselves will get confused which indicator to use. At some point of time, one indicator will be giving you the buy signal and the next indicator will tell you it is a sell signal. We'll end up confusing a lot and ultimately we'll have that gambling mindset. So it is always better to have maximum of 3 to 5 indicators on the chart. The more indicators, the more confusion you are going to get. Okay. The fourth and the very important point which I want to discuss is about the stocks. When it comes to stocks, I want to discuss the 3 important aspects of stocks. Okay. As a very beginner in the stock market, we always do these mistakes. Kindly don't do these mistakes. Even I have done a similar mistakes and I'm still holding those stocks because I can't exit it. The first one is buying stocks which are on news. Please do not buy the stocks which are on news. Do not even touch the stocks which are in news. These news related stocks will only rise whenever there is a news because the fundamentals won't be strong and hence they move only because of the news. It will move for 2 days and the third day it will fall and it will come to its original position from where it has started rising. So whenever any stocks are on news, please avoid taking those stocks in your portfolio. Are you with me? The second aspect is buying the penny stocks. You know, penny stocks are really very difficult being a technical analyst. If you know how to read the balance sheet of the company and their market capitalizations or the different factors of the fundamental analysis, then you can go ahead with the penny stocks. I'm not stopping you. But if you are not aware of any of the fundamental analysis, then it is better to avoid the penny stock. If you had invested 10,000 rupees in that penny stock, now your 10,000 would have become at least 3 to 4 lakhs. Okay, these types of videos, even a kid can do that. After a penny stocks moves to its 30 or 40 rupees, anybody can tell that if I had put the 10,000 rupees when it was 3 rupees, I would have made 3 to 4 lakhs now. Being a technical analyst, it is very difficult to say that a penny stock can be a multi-bagger. If you're good in fundamental analysis, then you can definitely go ahead and buy these penny stocks. Otherwise, please avoid buying the penny stocks, because it takes years for that penny stock to start moving. Sometimes what happens, like you buy a penny stock, it will go further down. So try to avoid buying the penny stock. If you are a trader, I'll say definitely not. If you are an investor, provided you know end-to-end fundamental analysis, then you can go ahead and buy the penny stock. Okay. The third point is 52-week high-low. When I started my stock market journey, I did the same mistake. I googled 52-week high-low stocks. We as a newbie into a stock market, the first thing we'll do is to search the 52-week high-low stocks. If it is hitting 52-week low, we'll go and buy that thinking that it will go up. It doesn't work that way. If you buy, the next day it will fall even further down. It is hitting the 52-week low because there is some problem. Even same thing, these 52-week high stocks, even these are very risky ones. We'll go and buy that thinking that it will go further higher. We are not going to check any of the technical indicators or the fundamental analysis. We'll blindly buy that. It will go higher, but within 1 or 2 days it will fall down. Usually these stocks rise 1 week before the announcement of their result. They'll announce the results every quarter, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Just 1 week before the release of their quarterly results, the stocks starts rising up. If the result is very good, what the retail investors will do is they'll buy on the result day or the next day. It will again go higher. They think that it's already higher and it will move further higher. But this is the point where the institution players or the big players will sell. It will come down. Who is trapped at the top? Retail traders like you and me. Please be very careful when the stocks will be announcing their results. Smart people will buy it, okay, after the result they'll sell it. And the fifth point, which is very important point, which I'm going to discuss now, is best analysis video on YouTube. There are a lot of people helping the retail investors about the analysis videos, pre-market analysis or post-market analysis. My personal experience is one of the reasons why people lose money is because of these analysis videos. Okay, most of the time the analysis of your own things will be much perfect than the analysis video which you have seen. Post market analysis video is much better, I'm telling you, because you'll come to know how these pro players are doing the analysis. Even now I watch a lot of post market analysis. It gives me that one indication where and how they are doing that analysis. Pre-market analysis is good if it is a stock related ones, because you're going to enter into the stocks through the cash market. If you are into the options and futures, I'm telling you it is better to avoid the pre-market analysis of the indexes, either be it a Nifty or a bank Nifty. It will put a lot of pressure on you when you're trading on your trading desk, because you had already seen the pre-market analysis video and you'll feel that this person might be right, I might be wrong. It is better to avoid the pre-market analysis video of the indexes if you're trading into options and futures. Okay, next video we are going to come up with the second part of this video, where I'll be sharing you the different tools which you have to use in the stock market. I'll be telling you what should be done in detail. Till then, take care and happy trading. Thank you guys.